In a bustling city where dreams either soared high or got crushed under the weight of indifference, there lived a girl named Emma Carter. She walked through the crowded hallways of her high school like a shadow, unseen, unheard, unnoticed. No one remembered calling her name, no one asked her opinion, and no one cared to know her story. Emma wasn't just a quiet girl, she was invisible. Her father, a janitor at the same school, worked tirelessly to provide for their small family. Her mother had passed away when she was just 5, leaving Emma with only faded memories and an old locket that she never took off. Every day, she sat alone at lunch, observed the world in silence, and buried herself in books about science, human psychology, and innovation. She had dreams, big ones, but dreams, she knew, were only valuable if the world cared enough to listen. And so far, the world hadn't. One afternoon, while walking home from school, Emma noticed something strange: an elderly homeless man sitting by the park, coughing violently. People walked past him without a glance, lost in their own lives. Something about his weak frame and desperate eyes struck Emma. She bought him a bottle of water from her limited savings and sat beside him. "Are you okay, sir?" she asked. The man, whose name was Mr. Dawson, looked at her in surprise. "You're the first person to ask me that in years." As they talked, Emma learned that he was once a renowned scientist who had lost everything: his career, his home, his dignity. He spoke of ideas, inventions, and unfinished projects that could change lives but were abandoned because no one believed in him anymore. That night, Emma couldn't sleep. If someone like Mr. Dawson could be forgotten, what did that mean for people like her, those who had potential but no recognition? And then it hit her: she would change the world, one unnoticed person at a time. Emma started small. She used the public library to research about neglected communities, abandoned ideas, and ways to make a difference. She found an online coding course and learned how to develop websites. Her goal? To create a platform where innovators, dreamers, and overlooked talents could share their ideas without the fear of being ignored. Day and night, she worked in silence, the same silence she had been forced into all her life. She built a website called The Unseen Voice, a digital space where people like Mr. Dawson could share their knowledge, connect with investors, and turn forgotten dreams into reality. But like everything Emma did, no one noticed at first, until one post changed everything. She wrote about Mr. Dawson's life, his scientific discoveries, his downfall, and how the world had failed to see his brilliance. She shared a simple question: how many more minds have we wasted just because we never paid attention? The post went viral overnight. Thousands of people shared their stories: scientists, artists, teachers, writers, each one unseen, waiting for a chance. Celebrities, business leaders, and the media took notice. Emma Carter, the invisible girl, was suddenly everywhere. News outlets wanted to interview her. Schools invited her to speak. Investors reached out, wanting to fund her platform. The girl who once walked through hallways unnoticed was now being recognized as a visionary, a leader, a game changer. And yet, amidst all the fame, she remained the same. She didn't build the unseen voice for attention. She built it to remind the world that genius doesn't always come in loud voices or popular names. Sometimes it comes from the quiet ones. And as she stood on the TEDx stage, delivering a speech about the power of noticing the unnoticed, Emma finally felt it. She had changed the world. Not for herself, but for those like her. Because sometimes, all it takes to change a life is to simply see the person who believes no one ever will. Moral of the story: every unnoticed person has a story, a talent, and a dream worth recognizing.